Today we are going to discuss the subtopic of iron and steel industry, as we have already previously discussed few questions related to iron and steel industry. What is the importance of iron ore and what are the factors affecting location of industry? From that topic, we have come to answer the question why most of the iron and steel industries are located in Chota Nagpur Plateau. All right, and what is the importance of iron and steel industry? These questions we have discussed previously. Today we are going to discuss one more question. Why most of the iron and steel industries are in the public sector? Anyone who can give any idea why iron and steel industries are in the public sector? If you want to share your opinion, you can share it. किसी को अगर मान लो अपने आंसर इसमें ओपिनियन देना है तो तुम्हारे पास मौका है आंसर देने का. If not, then we will just write down the answer and we will also understand the points that we are going to write. First point is most of the iron and steel industries need huge investment. First point is we need huge investment to start iron and steel industry. So private sector does not come forward to start iron and steel industry. Second point. Iron and steel industry is very heavy industry which need efficient transport network to bring raw materials and distribute the finished goods. We need efficient transport network to distribute the finished goods as well as to bring the raw materials like coking coal and iron ore, and manganese, limestone. All these are required in huge quantity, and therefore we need very efficient transport network. Next point is third point is iron and steel industries need to be upgraded. Needs to be upgraded. Iron and steel industries need to be upgraded from time to time. So private sector cannot, so private sector cannot afford These are the few points, 3 points we have noted down. So iron and steel industries need to be upgraded from time to time. So private sector cannot afford to upgrade the technology. Next point here. This is a long question. So we need to write 4 points, at least 4 points are needed. Number 4, profit from steel industry from So the profit comes at longer period of time. In the first or second or third year of production, we may not get profit from it, but we have to constantly invest on raw material. We have to invest on the upgradation of technology. We have to invest in the efficient transport for bringing the raw materials and for the delivery of the finished goods. So profit occurs after a long period of time. Hence, many private sector cannot wait for that long time. So these are the reasons why most of the iron and steel industries are started in our country by the government sector. Out of 10 integrated steel plants in our country, 9 of them are in the government sector and only one, Jamshedpur, TISCO Jamshedpur, is in the private sector. Okay. Now we will note down the 10 integrated steel plants to prove that most of them are in the private sector. They are in the public sector. The most of the iron and steel plants are in the public sector except TISCO Jamshedpur. So number 1. We will note down one by one the integrated steel plant. Jharkhand is in Odisha. Rourkela is in Odisha, sorry. Then number 5, Visakhapatnam. Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Then number 6, Bhilai. Bhilai is Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh. Then we have Salem, Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu. Then we have Bhadravati, Karnataka. Then we have Vijayanagar. Also in Karnataka.
सर भिलाई मध्य प्रदेश ना, छत्तीसगढ़ सर, मध्य प्रदेश।
भिलाई छत्तीसगढ़ में है, छत्तीसगढ़ में है ना। स्टेट डिवाइड हो गया, पहले मध्य प्रदेश में था, जब से छत्तीसगढ़ हुआ है भिलाई छत्तीसगढ़ में है। ऑलराइट, एंड लास्ट वन इज टिस्को। ये हो गया झारखंड। ये हो गया झारखंड, ये प्राइवेट में है, ये प्राइवेट है। And rest all are in public. All the children are in public sector. All right, and we can locate them also in the map of India. We will draw a map of India. We will draw a map of India and we will locate them, some of them. Durgapur, Banpur, Bokaro, Jamshedpur, Rourkela, level. This is Rourkela. This is Banpur. This is Durgapur. This is Bokaro. This is Jamshedpur. Now this is Visakhapatnam. This is Bhilai. Visakhapatnam, Bhilai, Rourkela, Banpur, Durgapur, Jamshedpur, Bokaro. This show that most of the iron and steel industries are concentrated in the Chota Nagpur plateau. Most of them are concentrated in the Chota Nagpur plateau area. This question we have already studied yesterday. Why? What are the reasons for concentration of iron and steel industry in the Chota Nagpur plateau? Because raw materials are available, labor is available, power supply is available, and this area is well connected with efficient means of transport network. Now we will come to know about Salem, which is in Tamil Nadu. Then one is Vijayanagar and another one is Bhadravati. Bhadravati and Vijayanagar. Now you have to check whether I have plotted Vijayanagar and Bhadravati correctly or not. If you can enlarge your own screen, then you can see. All right.
The screen is not clear.
It's not clear. Now you can see. If you have your textbook with you, you can see the textbook 10 integrated steel plant. In the board, I have drawn it in the small site. I have shown Bokaro, Jamshedpur, Durgapur, Banpur, Rourkela, Bhilai, Visakhapatnam, Vijayanagar, Bhadravati. And here I have mentioned the states also. I have already mentioned. So you have your book with you. You can check out whether
Yes, sir.
Vijayanagar and Bhadravati okay, or it will be interchanged. Means in northern part of Karnataka and south part of Karnataka.
Vijayanagar, sir, Vijayanagar in eastern part of Karnataka.
Vijayanagar इधर कर दे साउथ में.
यस सर, वो थोड़ा इधर साइड जाएगा सर. आपका नॉर्थ में वो चला जा रहा है या फिर वेस्ट में उस साइड जा रहा है सर. उधर ईस्टर्न में होगा तब नॉर्थ में होगा.
ठीक
सर वो
है,
इस
चलो
कॉर्नर
वो
पे होगा।
हाँ वो हम थोड़ा स्टेट बाउंड्री नहीं बनाए हैं, अदरवाइज मोर और लेस द रिलेटिव पोजीशन ऑफ देम आर करेक्ट है ना, भद्रावती है, सेलम है, विजयनगर है,
यस सर।
विशाखापट्टनम, भिलाई, relative to each other the position is more or less okay है ना, it is a hand drawn map, so errors and omissions are expected. Okay, so ये so we have discussed about the 10 integrated steel plants. We have already mentioned about all the 10 integrated steel plants: Durgapur in West Bengal, Burnpur in West Bengal, Bokaro in Jharkhand, Odisha in Rourkela in Odisha, Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, Bhilai in Chhattisgarh, Salem in Tamil Nadu, Bhadravati and Vijayanagar. They are the 2 integrated steel plants in Karnataka. All the 9 integrated steel plants are in public sector. They are run and operated by the government, and only TISCO Jamshedpur is in private sector. And therefore, we have discussed the question why most of the integrated steel plants are in public sector, and we have reasoned out the answer today. Here also I've drawn a map, and from the map also we come to know about the locations relative to each other. Okay. New question, 1 mark question I have written: which agency markets steel for all public sector? So all the steel companies in public sector does the marketing of their steel product through one agency. Can anyone answer the agency which markets the steel? You can unmute and say the answer. गवर्नमेंट के जितने स्टील सेक्टर है उनके स्टील का जो भी मार्केटिंग होता है, हाँ गुड, खुशी कुमारी हैज आंसर्ड सेल, SAIL. आंसर इज SAIL. सेल इज स्टील अथॉरिटी ऑफ India Limited. This is the full form of SAIL. All right. So there is SAIL in Bokaro, Durgapur. All right. They all market their steel products through Steel Authority of India Limited. Another answer is. Another 1 mark question and 1 mark answer is Tata Steel. Tata Steel markets steel for TISCO Jamshedpur. So Tata Steel is private sector. Tata Jamshedpur, TISCO Jamshedpur is private sector industry. It markets its steel to Tata Steel in Kolkata. So these are the 2 1 mark questions that we can learn, and we should learn all this integrated steel plant and the states, and in also map practice also these questions are expected to come. We will discuss 1 more question from the same topic, iron and steel industry. What steps can be taken or adopted? What steps can be taken or adopted to improve iron and steel sector? This is the question. What steps can be taken to improve the iron and steel sector? So we have to give solutions to the problems that has come into the iron and steel industry. So we will note down the answer. The steps taken can be adopted to improve the iron and steel industry are the following, and we will note down the first point. So we will straight away write down the first point, and we can have the good. Gunjarani says regular supply of energy. Okay, one point. Another point from other students who can answer. Okay, chat is coming. So we have another 5 to 6 minutes remaining. So you can give the answer. It is there in the good infrastructure. Very good. First thing is number one, write down good infrastructure. Any other answer from you? From chat, okay, I have received 5 or 6 chats. So let me see. Good infrastructure is there. Regular supply of energy. Okay. Regular power supply. I am making the sentence easy. Anyone? Irregular supply of energy. Why, Khushi? Regular supply of energy. Okay. Gunjarani says government support. All right. Government support. Any other point you can suggest?
High productivity of labor.
Foreign direct investment. FDI stands for foreign direct investment, and you are told about high productivity of labor through training and upgradation. So high productivity and competitiveness. High productivity and competitiveness of labor. Research and development. Research and development activities. और क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग, बताओ? We have allowed the private and foreign companies to invest and start industries in India through the liberalization decision in 1991. The government has allowed the private sector and foreign companies to invest, to start their industry there. Indian government has also set up research and development activities. It has promoted research and development activities. All right. So these are some reasons we need to improve the infrastructure in the form of road, electrification, water supply, town safe, education. All these are part of infrastructure. And regular power supply is essential for hamper-free running of the industries. Government can support by making these decisions related to investment from foreign companies directly. Then there is research and development. Okay, metallurgical research institute, engineering institutes are there, and we needed to learn the management and marketing strategies also. So MBA courses and institutes have come up. So we have taken care of all the sectors in this. So this much we have learned today. 3 or 4 questions we have revised today related to iron and steel industry. And in case you have other questions and other problems, you can send it to my WhatsApp number, or you can contact me with your doubts. And if you have anything to ask today, we are having 1 or 2 minutes time. Otherwise, I will disconnect my class. And I hope that you are preparing at home. Ashika, okay. Bolo.
Sir, when did Indian government adopted a liberalization system?
1991 में इंडिया जो है वो लिबरलाइजेशन पॉलिसीज को इनिशिएट किए थे. All right.
Okay.
हाँ, ठीक है. Any other queries? I will now otherwise disconnect. And bye for today to all of you. Work hard at home, and you can send your questions in my personal WhatsApp number is there, and send it there also.